Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Trettler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it. Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Trettler. Welcome to the show.
This week is going to be One Up, One Down, Part 2.
Yeah, we're going to do it again because we think it worked pretty good. We like that idea.
It was fun. It's IMDB Top 250. We pick one that we think is overrated and one we think is underrated. But first on, if you want to...
All right. Before we continue, we want to let everyone know that this show is broadcast live from the Fact TV studios in Bellows Falls. Fact TV is a community access center that provides studio space and production services free of charge to community members in Southern Vermont and Keene. If you're interested in creating your own show, already producing content and wish to submit it, or want to stay informed about news and events in Southern Vermont and Keene, including live coverage of local town meetings, sporting events, and community events, visit fact8.com.
Thank you, Don. So real quick, I just want to do a recap of this weekend's box office. The Wild Robot opened at first place with $35.8 million. Beetlejuice is still chugging away, $16.2 million. It's up to $250 million domestic. Transformers 1 was third, 9.1. That's gross $39 million domestic. And Megalopolis, the one that we potentially thought we were going to see, and then we
if it had played
found out nobody around here played it. Opened with 1,850 theaters, which I was shocked with that big of a cast, with only $4 million.
Wow.
You know, so, I mean, that movie absolutely flopped. You said you saw it got, like a 5.2 on IMDb?
Right.
If it starts off at that,
that's awful.
You're doomed.
But it did get...
It's going to be in the Crow range.
I read a review on the Roger Ebert site, and they gave it, I think, like 3 out of 5 stars or something like that. So they gave it a halfway decent review. And what did I say? What was that quote I said? It's too much to take in one view.
Right, yeah.
It's Francis Ford Coppola. It's his first kind of big film in quite a while with a big cast, big budget. I mean, he's made some smaller films, nothing we can really talk about for as long as we can remember.
No, exactly.
Right?
Like I said last week, I thought the last big movie he did was The Rainmaker.
Yeah.
I was in friggin' high school.
I think you're right.
I was in high school when that came out. Just to update everybody, The Crow is still holding steady at 4.7.
Oh, my word. That is ugly.
I still want to see it. I don't care. I still want to see it. Did you watch...
No, I haven't.
Okay. I was going to say, because the first one gets a 7.5, and it definitely holds up at 7.5. It's a really good movie, and Brandon Lee was great in it. But 4.7, I still want to see it. I don't care. I still want to see it.
Wow. Oh, and we were talking about opening movies. You had a nice list here of movies opening up.
Oh, you want to...
This week is Joker.
Is Joker.
How do you pronounce this? Folie-à-deux? Folie-à-deux?
I don't even know.
Do is 2, right?
Yes.
So it's...
Yeah, because Part 2, is that what it stands for?
I think so.
And Lady Gaga's playing...
Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga is playing Harley Quinn. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted Margot Robbie to because I thought she was good in Suicide Squad. Yeah. And she's better looking than Lady Gaga, I think. So.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. So it's this list, October 11th, Saturday night, which you said is like a...
The 90 minutes leading up to the first episode of Saturday Night Live back in 1975.
That sounds great.
It does. We have to go see. Somebody around here has got to have it.
October 18th opens Smile 2. October 25th opens Venom.
That's the final Last Dance, I think it's called. Venom: The Last Dance.
Yeah.
That's part 3.
Tom Hardy.
Yep.
November 1st, Here. What's that?
That's Tom Hanks and Jenny. Who played Jenny? Sean Penn's Robin Wright.
Robin Wright.
It's those two and Robert Zemeckis. They're all teaming back up for the first time since Forrest Gump.
Oh, boy. That should be good.
Yeah, it should be entertaining. Definitely something I would go see. I really like Tom Hanks. I think he's a really good actor.
November 15th has Red One.
That's Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans. It's like a kind of a Christmas type movie, an action Christmas movie. Looks pretty good.
November 22nd is
Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2.
Denzel Washington. Have you really
I haven't even seen the trailer for this.
Why would Denzel Washington be in Gladiator 2? I don't get it.
Maybe he's going to be the second Gladiator.
I mean, he's like one of the biggest A-list actors in the world.
And he's not a young guy either. He's got to be in his 60s.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow. I can't imagine him like.
Yeah, I don't know. I was mystified. And Ridley Scott did direct it. Connie Nielsen's also in it, who is the princess in the first Gladiator.
Let's see. December 6th is Night Bitch.
Okay, we had this talk about Jennifer Lawrence in No Strings Attached. Like, why would she be in No Strings Attached? Have you fallen that far? Amy Adams is Night Bitch.
Night Bitch.
I gotta read you the description because I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is this woman's been nominated for like 8 Oscars. I was like, what is she doing in this movie? You gotta hear the description of this.
December 13th is Kraven the Hunter. Or those two different movies?
No, that's one.
One movie. And then December 25th, Nosferatu. So that's
I definitely want to see that.
And if they're going to release it on Christmas, they're obviously expecting it to be something big.
So it says, a woman pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom, but soon her domesticality takes a surreal turn. She starts acting like a dog. I read the description of it on the website when I was looking up movies.
Oh my God.
Why would Amy Adams be in that? Seriously.
Is it directed by Yorgos Lanthimos?
Marielle Heller.
I have no idea.
Nominated for 6 Oscars. Why would she do that? I couldn't believe it when I was reading. That's just the IMDb description. The description I read went a lot further in it. I was like, why is she in this movie? It just mystified me.
I want to see it now.
Well, that's why I wrote it down. It's we have to see this.
I'm dying to see it.
She had to have seen something that makes this worth her time.
And we're going to try, Joey and I are going to try to go to the movies and actually see some of these movies the weekends that they're released so we can come on the show and review them.
Yeah.
Because would you consider yourself a critic?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're critics.
I mean, that's what we do. And, we're obviously we already made plans. We're going to see Joker on Friday. So
right.
We'll be talking about that next week.
Now, speaking of critics, what we're going to do this week, we're going to do the same thing we did last week. We're going to IMDb's top 250 movies. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick one movie that's rated too high and one movie that we think is rated too low, according to us as critics. So, anyway, I'm going to say if you don't agree with me,
oh, well.
Whatever.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
well, this is my opinion. This is what I believe.
Too bad, exactly.
So what do you want to start with?
I'll go first if you want.
Okay.
Mine that I think is way too high, number 35 is Gladiator.
Gladiator.
I liked Now that we're talking about it, it's so good it's got a sequel coming out.
Right.
I liked it, but 35. It's 3 spots ahead of The Departed, 4 spots ahead of Whiplash. I like both of those movies way better than I like Gladiator.
Right.
It's even ahead of American History X, which I think American History X is even better.
I thought it was okay.
I like Gladiator, but I see Gladiator at 35 and I see Braveheart at 80. I think Braveheart was a better movie than Gladiator. In my opinion, I liked it better. They both won Best Pictures. But I definitely liked Braveheart a lot better. Braveheart's not the one I'm moving up. I'm just comparing that because one's 35 and one's 80. And they came out within 5 years, I think, of each other. And I certainly definitely like Braveheart better. But Gladiator's definitely not 30. He gets an 8.
Do you think it deserves the 8.5?
No. Maybe 8. I would say it does belong on the top 250 list, but certainly not an 8.5.
But not that high.
No, definitely not.
All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do my down too.
Okay.
And people will disagree with me over this, okay? Number 63 is Avengers Infinity War at 8.4.
Wow.
I think that movie is too high. I was trying to remember, because I think you and I went to see this together.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm trying to remember the movie. I remember very little of this film.
Remember they die at the end and they have to get brought back to life in Endgame.
Right.
But Endgame, I know Endgame's probably on here, but Endgame was 3 hours. Remember that? We went and saw that in the theater. Wow, yeah, that was...
So I was like, no, this is not number, it doesn't belong at number 63, okay? It's above number 64, Paths of Glory, with Kirk Douglas, and it's...
I haven't seen that.
Oh, shoot, what's his... I hate this. I get on the show and I can't remember people's names. What's the guy directed at 2001 Space Odyssey?
Oh, Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick. This is Stanley Kubrick from 1957. And it follows number 62, Sunset Boulevard from 1950, which is a classic film.
Yeah, that definitely is a classic film.
So, I don't know. And does Infinity War deserve to be up there with these, some of these movies?
So do we consider these like superhero movies kind of? Is that kind of how we that's how we would classify them? Because you have that at 63 and you have The Dark Knight Rises at 71. Dark Knight Rises is definitely better than Infinity War. In my opinion, it is.
Yeah, it's Christopher Nolan. I think trying to follow up on The Dark Knight was like, because when it came out, I thought, how are you going to follow up on Dark Knight?
He did a really good job, though. Really good job. And I don't know if you remember or not, there was a shooting at the theater in Colorado when that opened.
Oh, right.
And because it opened a little less than expectations. I mean, it's still open to a ton of money, but it opened to less expectations. I was like, well, what do you expect? Some people probably were afraid to go to the movies because a bunch of people got shot,
So I know some of you people are superhero people and you think it's, a great movie or whatever. That's fine. And I'm sure it was entertaining, just like I think, what is it, the Twin Towers. No, what's the guy? I can't think.
Oh, Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Right.
It's like Lord of the Rings. I watched that whole series recently. In one weekend, I watched them all back to back to back. And they're good. But I don't know if I would say they're great. I mean, they didn't blow my mind by any means.
I mean, they're all in the top 12? Yeah. Like all three of them, it's like...
I think part of it, and people will be offended by this, I think it's the story. It's like a soap opera. It drags on and on, and this...
See,
and this guy
I haven't seen them because of that. It's like, it's a lot, I mean,
if you could pack that story into one movie, even a 3-hour movie, somehow, it would be cool. But the story is just... It's a lot. It's a lot to try to jam-pack into a film.
Did you see the other ones? What was it, the Hobbit movies?
No, I haven't.
Because I think they're doing animated ones now, too. I swear, I think I saw that. I was like, man.
I should go back and watch those, too.
They're just going to keep making them. It's like Transformers. We were talking about that last week. Stop making these movies. I was like, if you run out of ideas for the same type of movie, just stop making them.
All right. This is going to lead into the movie I want to move up on the list.
Okay, go for it, yeah.
Number 213 is Rocky.
Oh, really?
Rocky
is 213.
He should rock it up. They rated it 8.1 on IMDb. That's the score it got.
That's low.
Rocky should be way up. Didn't Rocky win Best Picture?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Rocky is the ultimate feel-good movie, and he loses, and it's still like the ultimate feel-good movie, because he's such a lovable guy.
Yeah. They do a great job in this film. They kind of the whole first half of the film, they're building up. They're trying to show you who this guy is, and get us on his side. This is his one big shot or whatever. I mean, think about even as far as a theme song. Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba bum ba ba bum. I mean, this movie had it all. It had Burgess Meredith in the supporting role.
Won an Oscar
as Mickey.
Yeah.
I mean, even Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers was great as Apollo Creed.
Oh, he didn't win supporting actor. I thought he did.
He should have.
Him and Burt Young were both nominated for supporting actor.
Yeah, Burt Young was great too. That's like the performance of his career, Burt Young's career.
Yeah.
As Paulie, he was great. It's a great film. Now, in comparison, just to make the comparison, it's number 57 on AFI, on the American
AFI.
Film Institute's.
Which certainly belongs to be in the top 100. No
right,
question,
so they
question.
felt it was worthy,
Yeah.
I mean, so to be number 50, let's look at what number 57 is rated on this.
But again, it's an older movie. Do you think that plays into the IMDb rating? Because it came out in 1976. You know, I mean,
Could be. Yeah.
how many people that are doing ratings have seen movies that old? You know,
I mean, couldn't you I could sit down and watch Rocky again.
I just watched Rocky like a month ago.
There you go.
I did. I own the anthology, and I own Creed 1 and Creed 2.
That granted, yeah, they made a lot of sequels out of that.
Like Rocky 5 sucks. It's terrible. It's awful. I mean, I liked it when I was a kid, and I watched it like a couple of years ago. I was like, why did I buy the anthology? Why didn't I just buy
So
Rocky 1
that's
and
5,
2?
Rocky 5, right? And then he did Rocky Balboa. That would have been the sixth one.
And then he
did
did
the two Creed movies.
Creed 2, and I think there's a Creed 3, but Stallone's not in it.
Oh my word!
You know, so there's 9. But they keep making money. You know, like seriously.
I mean, some of them were good. I mean, Rocky 2 is.
I like
is
Rocky
watchable.
2. Rocky 3's got Hulk Hogan, right?
And,
I think, and Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rocky
yeah,
4.
Clubber Lang.
Rocky,
I mean, it's,
yeah, Clubber Lang. Rocky
bet that's-
4's got what's his face? Dolph Lundgren. Rocky
Right.
5's got Tommy Morrison. He plays Tommy Machine Gun. And they have like a Don King impersonator being the promoter of that. I mean, they just got so out of
Let's see
control.
what Rocky 3 gets. What do you think it gets for a rating? I'll bet it's solid.
6.3, I bet.
Yeah, I was going to say like 6.5.
Probably, yeah.
6.8.
Wow.
People liked it. It
Wow.
was. I worked at the theater.
You
when
should
that
look up
came
Rocky
out.
5. There's no. I bet Rocky 5 doesn't even get 6.
You think it gets below 6?
Yeah, I bet it does. It could just be people being loyal to.
Rocky 5. Wait, there's Rocky 4. Here, Rocky 5. I haven't seen Rocky 5. 1990. 5.4.
Yeah, that's being polite.
It's John G. Avildsen.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
the one that
director.
directed the first one. Did he direct all of them?
Burt Young was in it? I don't think so.
Oh, he definitely did the first Rocky.
So anyway, so that's my choice for a movie to move up on IMDb because I think it's ridiculous that it's that low. I think it's ridiculous that it's below Infinity Wars.
No, yeah, definitely.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what's your move up?
Mine, Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting.
It's ranked 81. I mean, the writing in that movie, and just some of the dialogue, like the whole scene when when Robin Williams and Matt Damon are in in Sean's office, and he's telling them the story about how he met his wife. I mean, that is just classic writing. Like the whole story, and Matt Damon's like, "Oh my God, did you rush the field?" He's like, "No, I didn't rush the field. I wasn't there. I was having a drink with my soon-to-be wife." He's like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "And who are these friends of yours?" You know, like that whole scene. It's just like, and then Robin Williams says, that's why I don't regret like the last few years when she got really sick or whatever and all that. And then Matt Damon's like, would have been nice to catch that game. He's like, I didn't know Pudge was going to hit a home run. It's just like, it's funny, but it's like touching at the same time. It's like, and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck wrote that. And it's like they were both, I think Matt Damon was like 27 and Ben Affleck was like 26, so they were relatively young.
Yeah.
And it's such a well-written movie.
I only have one beef with the movie. I don't even know if I should bring it up.
No,
because we're talking
definitely.
about how good it is.
But they did win Best Original Screenplay, and Robin Williams did win Best Supporting Actor for it.
Right.
And it was nominated for Best Picture and Best Director, too. But no, what's your beef?
I had the beef with it where when Robin Williams goes to like hit, I mean, he
when they first meet?
yeah, Matt Damon and stuff, and I didn't believe it. It wasn't like there was something about him pulling up that I was like, you're that mad, but you're, I don't know. I have to watch it again.
Yeah, no, I never noticed it.
But that one kind of got to me because I didn't believe that part of it. But like you say, it's good writing. It's a good story. Matt Damon does an incredible job.
I thought the acting in general. I mean, I thought even Minnie Driver was really good. I thought
Was that like his first lead role, Matt Damon?
I believe it was his first lead. Yeah, he was in like Courage Under Fire. He had that was more of a supporting role, but that was kind of a big role.
Right.
But yeah,
he was in that other movie you lent
School
me.
Ties.
School Ties
was a pretty big role, but this was definitely like his
Yeah.
first leading role. Yeah, no, and he knocked it out of the park, I thought. And I'm not really a big Matt Damon fan, but I thought Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck and Cole Hauser were all really good as like the gang, the group, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I thought they were all really good. That was the first time I'd seen either the Affleck movies or Cole Hauser in anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid film. I mean, it's definitely worth watching. For anybody who hasn't seen Good Will Hunting, you should.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that was one of those years where it was like it went up against like L.A. Confidential, Titanic, What were the other ones? We always talk about it. No, I can't remember, but it was a huge year for movies.
Yeah, did you say L.A. Confidential?
Yeah, L.A. Confidential.
One.
Goodwill Hunting. Oh, As Good as It Gets.
As Good as It Gets, right? Jack
Won the
Nicholson.
2 lead acting Oscars. So I mean, it was a heavyweight year, and
One of the best ever, I think.
Oh yeah, big time. We talk about it all the time. We compare that with '94, where they have Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump, Quiz Show, and Four Weddings and a Funeral were the 5 nominees for Best Picture. I mean, like the next year when Braveheart won, 7 in The Usual Suspects weren't even nominated.
Wow.
For Best Picture, and they were arguably the 2 best movies of that year. They're definitely both ranked higher than Braveheart, which won Best Picture.
Oh yeah, they missed. Somebody missed on that one. You know? Definitely, because Pulp Fiction has now risen. What number is that on this?
I think it's 8.
Yeah, boy, number 8, and we can't even really. I mean, let's face it. We both love that movie. We both think it kind of deserves to be up there.
Yeah, I mean, three of the top 11 movies were from that year. Shawshank's 1, Pulp Fiction's 8, Forrest Gump's 11.
Wow.
That's insane. That was a heck of a year for movies, I mean...
That's some good ones.
Yeah.
Let's hope this year is going to be as good for movies. And we can't even think of a movie this year that was really great. Not yet.
Not yet. Hopefully Friday.
Because now they've kind of they keep trying to tweak this whole system now, so that now they're going to start releasing them, when? November, maybe?
Yeah.
Or they're going to start release the Oscar winners now, so that's when we start to see the real good stuff. They should be releasing it all year long.
All year, absolutely.
And so we don't have to compete, because I'll bet we had some good dead months when nothing came out this year.
Yeah.
And that's crappy. I mean,
No.
put it out to the theaters. I mean, people like us want to go.
Yeah, well, it's Wolves.
Wolves, yeah.
I want to see that, but I don't have Apple. I don't have the Apple TV app, and you're talking about possibly the 2 biggest actors in the world,
Right.
George Clooney and Brad Pitt, and that's not in theaters. I mean, we would have gone and seen that the day it came out, no question. But yeah, it's streaming on Apple TV, and I don't have that app, so.
Yeah. Well, I think we've pretty much reached the end of whatever we were going to talk about here. So,
next week we will talk about Joker Part 2. I can't pronounce what it's.
Yeah, Folly Do?
Yeah, whatever. I know we're probably not saying that right, but we're going to go see that this week. This has been one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
And these are the ones you don't want to miss.
Yeah, that'll be major. We don't even have to worry about one up, one down.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.